The final home game of any college football season is cause for celebration. Senior Day, a perfect way to celebrate and remember all of the accomplishments of this group of leaders. Welcome to the Glass Bowl in Toledo, Ohio, and home to the Toledo Rockets. As we'll see a squad from the MAC, the Northern Illinois Huskies, taking on the winners of 10 straight, the Toledo Rockets. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, here with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get this thing rolling. And the Rockets will kick it away to start. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. They'll run the option. Now the pitch. And this home team defense is not rolling out the welcome mat for the visitors. They start their night stuffing the run. All right, guys, let's chat a little bit about Northern Illinois. They had a win on the recruiting trail last week. 3-star linebacker giving a verbal commitment, and getting good talent like that is what a program at this level really needs to succeed.
Yeah, this is the next step for this program, right? Continue to get talent and high school talent that can come in that they can compete with your roster right now. Those are the guys that really help you take that next step.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Here comes the heat. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
Well, the defense watched film last week. They saw this running back catch multiple passes, and that hasn't been the case today. They are clamping down on him, always aware of him, especially in the passing game, and so far they've taken him away.
You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. Under fire. Quarterback moving out of the pocket. This time on target. He'll get it up to about the 32-yard line before he stopped, and it'll be 1st down.
I think as a play caller, you love to see your guys getting into a rhythm early in the game, right? 3rd down, you dial up the slant. It's a good route, a good throw. This offense is off to a nice start.
And the Huskies come to the line with a new set of downs. Back to throw, it's Hilton. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down.
And he was off target there, but I tell you what, I'll expect to see more of that. They do a really good job in this offense of getting the running back the football in the passing game. Just let him make plays, let him be a difference maker, ball getting to him in space. So I expect we'll see more of that throughout this game.
Makes the grab down the middle. He's really close to that 1st down marker, but they stop him just a bit short.
Well, a nice completion there, finding the tight end. And what's so beautiful about that is while they didn't get the first, they were able to pick up enough yards now to make the 3rd down manageable, really putting this offense in a good position.
The Huskies really need to keep this drive alive on 3rd down. He'll keep it on the sneak. Just nowhere to go against this defense to find that single yard he needed on 3rd down.
Well, and he gets stuffed on that QB sneak. He's just not doing a really good job of reading the crease and finding a little space to kind of tuck into and drive his feet. He's just running himself into a wall there.
Boy, and how about the big boy?
Racing to the right. The 30. The 20. Slippery slide. Find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Huskies.
And these offensive coordinators tell you they want to start fast and they want to establish the run game. That is exactly what you did. First drive, you hand the football off, making the big explosive run, setting the tone for this football game.
And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. They'll run it from the gun. Got room in the 35. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line. Good work up front to get that first down on the ground, and now they'll go back to work. Looking to pass. It's Rasmussen. Finds a soft spot in the middle. Let's talk for a second about Toledo. They've climbed into the top 10, been through some battles, proving themselves to be one of the best teams in the country. What do you think about their chances of staying there?
Well, they got to keep playing at a high level, and obviously they've had tons of success now to crack into the top 10. I'll tell you, when you get top 10, David, you get everybody's attention.
Yeah, you get everybody's attention, but I hope this team ain't just searching for a top 10. Like, I hope they're trying to be the best team in the country, and you hope the best is still to come for this squad.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
QBs, when you see zone coverage, man, can you manipulate defense when you have a good pocket and you've got time to throw. You get a little bit of time to throw, you can move guys with your eyes. That drag comes wide open. Good throw, good catch, first down.
The Rockets are rolling down the field. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. Looking to throw on first down. Strong pass rush, gets to the quarterback, and they get him at the 46.
What a nice answer by this defense. You give up the big play, you respond right back, you get the sack, create some momentum for your side. Nice job by this defense staying with it.
Now facing second and long after the defense came up with that sack. Wants to go up top. He tries to take the top off. He's got it at the 15. Touchdown, Rockets. All that baby in and then stroll into the end zone for the score.
And I think in the pre-snap, I think both of these guys were on the same page. They had a look defensively that let them know we can pitch this thing way down the field. I'm going to go run under it and make a big play for you.
Yeah, when I'm the receiver, I'm like, I'm open, right? I'm going straight down the field. Throw me the football. I got the speed. I can beat this guy. You can tell they've done that so much in practice. They knew it was second nature, and they executed it perfectly.
He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. The Northern Illinois offense ready to go back to work. If you like old-fashioned, grind-it-up, run-over 'em football, that last touchdown drive was for you, Jesse. Oh, he just held it poorly, and it's a fumble. And the defense jumps on it, and they get that turnover.
I'll tell you, honestly, I don't know what that player could have done to hold on to that football. That defender absolutely popped him. He knocked him into next week. There was no chance he was holding on to that ball.
Now this offense is back on the field. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And how about the work up front by that big defensive line?
Man, not much wiggle room for the ball carrier there.
I'm not really sure what they can do to try to create some space.
I know. Block better. How about the offensive lineman push some guy backwards and make some holes?
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Off play action. He's got it. That completion gets them inside the 10, and the defense is running out of room to defend.
And a great job by the QB finding the running back, get him the football where he can do some damage after the catch, and most importantly, get the first down.
And the Rockets will try to put one on the board on 1st and goal. He'll ride his man on the option. He'll toss it. And they just didn't get anybody on that defense out of position, and they will lose yardage on that one.
And I think that time the quarterback made the wrong read. He was trying to pitch it. He didn't have to, though. There was a lot of green grass and space out in front of him. If he just holds on to that football, he might not score a touchdown, but he's definitely going to be able to at least get positive yards. I think that's a play on the option the quarterback would like to have back.
Back to throw, it's Rasmussen. Right on the money. They'll mark him down at the 2. The excellent execution on that throw and catch.
Well, we knew coming into tonight they were going to try to find this guy throwing the ball. I had no idea it was going to be this successful this early. Guys, he's closing in on 100 receiving yards. We're not even out of the first quarter yet. He has been an absolute force.
Trying to pound it in. He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks.
And how about that young man getting in the backfield again? He's really got his fingerprints all over this game so far to start it, man. We're still in the first half, and he's got a sack. He's got a tackle for a loss. These are the kind of plays that really help your defense push these offenses behind the sticks.
And as they come to the line here, they're passing on a surefire field goal attempt. They'd better pay it off with 6. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. And as they come to the line of scrimmage, they're passing on the field goal. But look, worst case scenario, you don't get it here, they're backed up in their own end. Makes the grab on the left. Touchdown, Toledo! Made the grab and took it on in for the score. Offense did exactly what it's supposed to do with a start like that one.
When you're set up with that field position, you're thinking touchdowns. You're not thinking field goals. It's exactly what the offense does. Takes advantage of great field position.
And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll start the return inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. They'll get this drive going from the 17. Off the play fake on 1st down, wants to throw. Trying to burn this defensive back. And that'll be incomplete. They tried to hit him with a big one on 1st down.
And the offensive coordinator here is really trying to stay aggressive and take a shot. Obviously, the offense couldn't click on that one. But later in the game, if I'm this offense, I'm continuing to stay aggressive. Keep the foot down on the gas pedal.
Fires to the big fella. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that 1st down marker. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Looking to throw, it's Hilton. Quarterback now breaking the field. Got it in the middle, it's Parrish. There to make the tackle, and that's how we'll wrap up this first period. That's the end of the period, and it's Toledo holding the lead. And after that first quarter, let's see if these guys can get back in the game in the second. So after the break, they'll go back to work. Wants to keep it in the air. Zings it complete to the right.
Well, the defense playing zone coverage there. They're taking away all of the QB's primary options down the field, so he has to check it down to the drag running underneath.
And the Huskies can really attack on this 2nd and short. Using his legs, it's Parrish. And the big defensive front wins the battle. No gain on that play.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
The Huskies are at the line trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. Give to the fullback. That'll be enough for the first down, and they'll mark it at the 48.
And David, this is where I think you could have excelled. You're a great defensive end. There's other positions you could have played. Fullback, I know, being one of them. How about that guy there picking up the first?
That's a nice job. Don't make this hard. Don't make it overly complex. We've seen the big fellas block all the time. Give him a bone, reward him. Now he'll block harder and he'll block longer in the future.
This Northern Illinois offense continues to move quickly. Back to pass, it's Hilton. Bringing the heat. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
Well, he did what he was coached to do, and he threw it away, but you can see he's frustrated with himself. He knows he's one of the fastest quarterbacks in the country, and I think he's wishing he had that play back, because he might have been able to take off and scramble, and who knows what could have happened for the offense.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. Couldn't connect on 1st down, now back to the air. That's caught. It's Fox.
This slot receiver is a guy the defense has to be careful of. He runs good routes, he's got some speed, and if you're not careful, this guy can gash you.
And the Huskies come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep the drive moving. On 3rd and short, they'll try to throw for it. Pass is incomplete, but there is a flag, and the D might have been a little too rough on the quarterback there. He'll be stopped short of the line to gain. Needed about 3 more on that one. The offense comes back out with a new set of downs after the penalty. They'll move the tight end. Looking downfield on 1st down. Now adjusting. Grabbed behind the line. It's Parrish. Turning it on. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line. That was just a perfectly choreographed screen. The line got out on time. The running back had a wall in front of it.
And I think the quarterback did a really good job of selling pass and then kind of dodging the pass rush, getting it to the running back, and then let him do the rest. You got him in space, he'll pick up yards in a hurry.
I don't think that's the way they drew it up. Incomplete.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Trying to make that rush think on the draw play here. Stopped at the 13-yard line as they try to turn this into points.
And this is the area of the field where it gets really, really tough. Because the red zone, you know you got to run the football more. Well, this defense is #1 in the nation against the run. So I look for this offense to be more physical, be creative, try to find ways to run the ball against this defense that is so dynamic.
Touchdown, Northern Illinois! They wanted to finish, and that they did on that possession. Field shrinks, tight end grows. Big targets, big results.
I've never heard it put that way, but you're dang right. That guy is so big. A lot of times you get a DB matched up on him. He can just post him up. A linebacker, he can run by him. So that's why these tight ends are so dangerous down here in this red zone.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Week to week, it's so tough to figure the ACC, which is why this one is notable. SMU is currently trailing, but if this young star leads a comeback today, he could join former Heisman winner Doak Walker among the legends to wear that uniform. It's just a field goal game. They're trailing by 3 to NC State. Any major changes in this ACC standoff, you'll hear about them first from us, gentlemen.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Toledo has the ball. Here comes the offense. The way this game started, you feel as if you have to score a touchdown every time you have it, and now we'll see if they can respond.
Yeah, and I wonder how much pressure that puts on the offense. Jesse, like, you know this is back and forth, and I got to score, and every possession matters so much. What does that do to you as a quarterback?
Well, it puts a lot more pressure on you for sure to feel like I got to make every third down throw. If guys are open vertically down the field, I got to hit them too. We can't let our serve get broken.
The Rockets with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Dropping back, it's Rasmussen. Shoots it to the left. Complete downfield. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the first down. Just outstanding execution, continuing to work his way back through the football.
Yeah, and everything about this route looks vertical. The comeback, it looks like it's a go. I'm thinking speed, and then he sets it down. QB puts the ball on the money, and he makes the play.
It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Try to get it to the edge. Finding open areas. Oh, he's got some space. They get him on the ground, but not before he rumbles all the way to the 5.
And I think the biggest thing for this young man is we've seen him be so great all throughout the season. How do you finish? And how do you finish decides if you win that big trophy at the end of the year. He's in the Heisman running late in the season. I bet you he'll get a lot of touches today.
They use those back-to-back explosives to set him up 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he was fortunate to get that one back to the line of scrimmage at the 5. No gain on the play. Picked up some of what they needed on 1st down. Now it's 2nd and goal from the 5. Looking to fire. Puts it out of the air. Touchdown, Rockets. And they take it in for 6 more points.
Man, I just love the execution by this offense. Late in the half, man, you want to take the lead. You want to get that momentum on your side, and they do it. They finish it with the passing game. And tell you what, keep that passing game up. You can keep this lead, keep the momentum, and keep putting up numbers.
And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Dropping back, it's Hilton. Skips away from pressure. Throws for the tight end. In the double coverage, and he picked it off.
And he makes a play in the back end. Nice job reading the pass, and that's his 2nd of the season. This guy, unbelievable job seeing the quarterback, breaking on the quarterback, and going and getting that big play.
Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Coming out on 1st down with the play fake. Not quite in rhythm there, incomplete.
And finally, this quarterback looks human for one play. He has been lights out up to this point. Very accurate, making good decisions in a beautiful rhythm, and finally throws his first incompletion of the game.
They ripped off 7 on that one. Now a 3rd down and 3.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
They'll try to pick up the first through the air. It's on target and complete. He was smelling that end zone, but they get him down at the 4 after the big pass play.
Really nice job there of the quarterback. Reading coverage, he knew exactly where to go with the football and at what exact time. The timing could not have been better. They get the completion on third down, setting up first and goal.
They'll run it on first and goal. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Toledo.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Back to throw, it's Hilton. Caught in the backfield, it's Isaac. Breaks into the open. They corral him out of bounds. Mark it down at the 38, and this offense might have something going.
There's got to be a sense of urgency for this offense right now. They're trailing. They're going to be kicking off to open the second half, so they need points. They need to go tempo. Maybe that last first down gets them a little bit of confidence.
It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. To the air on first down. Here he goes breaking the pocket. They're setting up the screen. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
They're just trying to sneak the back out to the right side there, but great job tackling on defense against a guy who's hard to bring down once he has the ball in his hand.
So now it's 2nd and long. DBs will try to keep everything in front. Looking to go up top and times running out in the half. Trying to make magic on the scramble. Keeps it and gets past the chains. Across the 50 and down and out of bounds at the 44. A good pickup on that one.
And I love the change in decision-making, right? That was a much better job. Last possession, tried to force it in there through the interception. This possession, it's not there. Take off and scramble. Great job. You got enough athletic ability to do that. Big third down conversion by this offense.
Forced out of the pocket. Hit as he throws. And it just squirted through his hands. He wanted to take off and got too anxious.
I don't care how talented you are as a quarterback, but your accuracy always goes down when you get hit. Nice job by the QB scrambling, working to his right, but he wasn't completing that pass with that pressure.
What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Now the play fake. He'll pull it down. He gets it down to the 36 before being knocked out of bounds.
And this is the hard part about being on defense and choosing whether to be conservative or bring the blitz. They bring the blitz, he sees it, and that's what he does really well. Sees it and immediately makes a decision, gets to some green grass, and gets a positive gain for this offense.
Looking to throw, it's Hilton. Throws to the tight end. Catch in the middle, it's Wells. He's finally stopped and brought down at the 15. We've got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Now from inside the red zone. Looking to the big tight end. Fires and picked off. And they come up with a big play to make sure no more points go on the board before the end of the half.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
Wants to go up top on first down. Got a man. It's Lockhart. Stopped after a good pickup, and he'll be just a tad short of the first down. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update. Northern Illinois will kick it away to start the second half. And he takes this from inside the 5. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. Guys, let's see what Toledo can get done on offense this time. Starting this third quarter on the ground. There he goes. Into enemy territory and out of bounds at the 41 after the good game there. He's now up to 104 yards rushing, and that should be no surprise. He's been among the nation's elite all season. And the Rockets, after exploding for that huge run, back to work. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Got his man in the middle.
Now, you put those slot receivers in there, and here's why you do it. You back them off the football a lot of times, but who's guarding them? A lot of times those are linebackers. Those are safeties. You get those good matchups where you can feature one of your speedsters, and a lot of times good things happen.
The Rockets can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. That one never had a chance. Incomplete.
And that's where quarterbacks, they got to be very assertive. They got to believe what they see and really pull the trigger. But the longer they wait and they get off rhythm or off timing, a lot of times it ends up in incomplete passes.
And the Rockets come to the line on third and short, looking to keep this drive moving. They'll try to move the chains on the ground. They thought they could just run it on third and short, but this defense was there to make the stop. A 51-yard field goal is not really unreasonable in terms of range, but they'll try to convert on fourth down. Makes a grab past the marker. Not much of a fourth down gamble when it's that much of a sure thing. An easy conversion for this offense.
Wow, and that was just a bang-bang play. On that fourth down, the coverage was tight. QB had his receiver. He knew where he wanted to go with it, but the only way that ball gets completed is if he puts a little extra mustard on it, and he shows you the arm talent on the throw.
They get him stopped, but those feet kept moving until he was down to the 5.
And running really has been the key on this drive, guys. Lots of success right there. They generate another explosive play. Their success running the ball, big reason why they've been able to put up a lot of points and have a really nice lead in this one. And now back in the red zone again.
Touchdown, Rockets! Excellent pass by the back on the option. The mantra is always finish, and they're trying to do that here in the regular season with this Week 12 performance.
And the running back gets his second rushing touchdown of the game. You want to continue to feed this guy. You can tell he's got a nose for the end zone, knows how to get in there, knows how to make things happen.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Dynamite matchup this week in the ACC, fellas. SMU is ahead in this one. This team plays a fun brand of football there in Dallas, but they're a long way from closing this out. They're up by 4 over NC State. We'll circle back if anything changes in this big-time ACC matchup. Guys?
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. They'll try to pop the draw. It's runs like that can really help your field position as they're up at the 35.
I love the play call there, and I love the run for a variety of reasons. Obviously, you're trying to settle your quarterback down after throwing 2 picks in the last 2 drives, but also you're able to generate a really nice game for this offense and make second and short so much easier, so much more manageable. It just allows you...
Turning it on! Touchdown, Northern Illinois! A great catch and run for 6.
Man, oh man, when you got a weapon like that, you got to find him and you got to give him the ball in space. You have some plays on your play sheet, and some of them just say, that guy, get him the ball, let him do the rest. dangerous weapon out of the backfield, catching the football, making the big play.
They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. The Rockets offense is back on the field. Their lead down to 2 touchdowns as they go back to work on this drive. Motion from the back. Looking for a man. It's Rasmussen. And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15.
And I love playing man coverage on the back end, getting in those receivers' faces. Don't let them feel comfortable and run zone where they can find all these holes in the zone and my rush can't get home. Pressure them, pressure them, pressure them.
The Rockets trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Second down, they'll go to the air. Makes the grab. Strong, firm tackle.
Wow, the quarterback knew he had to get that one to his receiver quickly on the in route. Did you see the velocity on that throw?
And the Rockets come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to keep the drive alive. They'll run play action. Oh, they're after him. Pressure all over the quarterback, and down he goes at the 24.
Play action pass success has a lot to do with selling that fake. You could tell defense was not buying it, got in the backfield, got the big play.
The Rockets will line up to punt it away. First time today we've seen a punter go to work. This guy is a daring punt return man. He's not going to settle for the fair catch. A solid return. Gets a little bit of ground for the offense. Guys, we'll see what the plan is for this Northern Illinois offense. They've fallen into a hole here, and they need to start fighting back right now on this drive. The throw. Fires to the big fella. He stepped out of bounds right at the 45-yard line, and now they're starting to put things together.
And I like what the quarterback did to finish the run. He buys a little bit of time, scrambles out to his left, and as a right-handed quarterback, you really understand you got to square those shoulders while you're running, which can be difficult if you want to throw an accurate throw like he did right there.
And now on second down for this offense. Wants to throw. It's Hilton. He'll throw it quickly out to the tight end. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down.
Yeah, and tight ends aren't just line up and block guys anymore. These guys are athletes. You line them up all over the field. And nowadays, you even start to feature them more and more in the passing game.
It'll be a first down from the 49-yard line. Wants to throw on first down. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
And we need more of this from this defense, man. They have let this guy have too much time to throw the football. They haven't gotten that jersey dirty yet, haven't sacked him. But this is just as good as a sack. Getting to him, hitting him, letting him feel the physicality of this game, and not letting him feel comfortable.
Really putting together a threat now. They get the first. It's at the 37.
Need to do a better job as a defender tackling the catch. On the curl route, he had a chance to break on the ball, get the receiver down, couldn't do it, and as a result, they give up an explosive play.
They just keep firing. Tight end a soft spot. Now he's got it all the way down to the 21-yard line, and they are threatening on first down.
It's important on offense to get the tight ends involved in the passing game. These are big fellas that can run. This guy's a big target, so nice job on that play.
The sweet feet keeping the play alive. Oh, he's got some space. He'll step out of bounds at the 11.
First and 10, the whole menu open. You can run the football. You can do whatever you want. You can tell they call a pass. He does a really good job in the pocket, just being a great athlete. Scramble outside, go get another first down. First and 10 again.
Northern Illinois back to work after picking up the first down. They go to the draw. They get him stopped, but those feet kept moving until he was down to the 5.
A lot of times it's hard to see those linebackers coming down late and blitzing through a gap. The offense did a really nice job getting a hat on a hat, blocking up front. So
touchdown, Huskies! Grab the short pass to put the 6 on the board. Like a Thanksgiving turkey. They're just being carved. No shot. They have no idea how to get in this quarterback's head.
He's on fire. Everything he's doing is working defensively. We got to figure something out. We got to try to do something a little bit different. Bring more pressure. At this rate, shoot, he's on so much fire. You might as well just send everybody. Blitz everybody, live with the results, because everything else ain't working anyways.
On the move from inside his 5. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. They'll get things started on this drive from the 24. Now they'll run it on the toss. Rumbles ahead for a pickup of 5 to the 29.
Well, we're not quite in the fourth quarter yet. We're almost there, but you're seeing the attitude shift now for this offense. They've got the lead, so they've got to be able to run the football. You're going to see a lot more of that, I think, as this game keeps going on. They're trying to wear this defense down when the game is almost over.
As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. Keep it on the ground. Breaks into the open. Gets enough for the first down, but not sure they'll get another playoff here in the third quarter. Guys, that's the end of the quarter, and Toledo has the lead. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. When you're dealing with a deficit like this, it's all about somebody stepping up to make a play, and you might as well start here in the fourth quarter. They go back to work in the final period of this one. To throw, it's Rasmussen. Quarterback strolling away from Heat. He's going to run it. Nice run there. Picks up a few, and they'll force him out of bounds.
Well, look, I love the fact that he scrambled. He can't take a sack. He can't take a negative play at this point in the game. I just wish he would have stayed in bounds, though. You got to know as a quarterback here, we've got the lead. It's late. If I get tackled in bounds, the clock keeps ticking.
And the Rockets with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. From the gun, they'll give it on the inside. They make the tackle at the 36, but they're in plus territory now with the 15-yard pickup.
And that's the challenge for this defense, man. It starts to get later in the ballgame. That clock is not your friend. You're losing the football game. They got to meet the physical challenge of this run game.
The Rockets have their offense in high gear. Softened them up with a run. Now the throw. Snagged out of the air. Ripping off a good chunk inside the 25, and they're set up with a first down.
This offense is not letting up, guys. They've got a lead here late, and they are still taking shots. They're still looking for explosive plays. This defense just has not had an answer here all game long.
It's now 1st and 10 from the 24-yard line. Oh, it's to reverse. Brought down after keeping those powerful legs moving, getting all he could. He'll be a few inches short.
Well, this offense can get after you a variety of ways in their running game, and one of the ways they do it is by using their wide receivers on jet sweeps. Good example right there.
Give to the running back. Got enough space. Touchdown, Toledo. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. You can see it on the sideline. They built a comfortable fourth-quarter lead, and they know they're going to go 11-0.
And that is a drive and a score they absolutely had to have. Now making it a 2-possession game late in this one. It wasn't going to be enough to just play it safe, play it conservative, punt the ball away, and count on your defense. They were aggressive. They mixed it up, but getting that score, that is huge for their win probability now.
On the run from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Northern Illinois takes over as the offense heads to the field. Scanning the field is Hilton. It's incomplete and maybe a little too aggressive from this senior trying to fit that one in there. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Back to pass. Here's the pressure. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
Man, it's easy to play defense when you can do this. When you can get to the quarterback quick and make him make a decision quick, it makes it easier for the secondary, for the linebackers, for everybody on the field.
Need 10 yards on this 3rd down, and they're backed up inside their own 20. He'll set up to throw. Pressure coming. Got it in the middle. It's 12. Coming through that 3rd down conversion, and they'll mark it at the 43.
Well, trailing like they are right now in the 4th quarter, their execution offensively is just going to have to be at a premium. You can't afford a lot of incompletions at this point. Everybody is going to need to be on the same page moving forward.
Now improvising. Caught over the middle. It's Parrish. He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be 1st down.
Well, down 2 possessions. Good news is you get the completion. Bad news, though, did not get out of bounds. You know right now, saving the clock. That is at a premium for this offense.
Wide open downfield. He works his way inside the 30 down to the 29 and picks up a 1st down. Northern Illinois right back to the line.
And this offense is going to have to be aggressive, right? Down a couple possessions. Got to continue to get these 1st downs. Move quick. Don't be in a hurry, but they've got to keep the accelerator down because they need some explosive plays.
And he drops it just a little too slippery in the hands.
And those are frustrating. I mean, you throw it to the open guy, you make the right decision, and the big fella, Mr. Reliable, the tight ends, right? Like your security blanket over the middle of the field, just can't come up with the football.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Gonna look downfield again. Quarterback moving. He'll try to do it himself. He'll be run out of bounds right at the 25.
And I feel like this defense is starting to pick up on this quarterback's MO. You've seen it, right? Like, time and time again, he is willing to scramble. He wants to carry the football, kind of apprehensive, maybe doesn't want to make a mistake. I'd love to see him maybe hang in that pocket just a little more and maybe make some plays down the field with his own.
Under fire. There he goes. They'll force him out of bounds after a solid pickup on the play.
And this offense has got to keep pumping it out. Nice job. You get the 1st down. Nice scramble by this QB, but you're going to put the ball in his hands over and over and over again. You got to score multiple times. This offense has got to be in hyperspeed.
The Huskies will line it up on 1st and 10. They're trying to slow that rush down with the draw. He's dragged down at the 12 as they try to cash in on this red zone opportunity. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. To the air, it's Hilton. Floating away. Gets rid of it. And he throws another interception, his third of the night. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover. Toledo has the ball. Here comes the offense. That running game was impressive, taking them right down for a touchdown last time, David.
Yeah, just mauling. No secret play calls, just simply we are more physical than you, and we're pounding the football right at you.
So if you're on offense this next drive, take a look at their safeties and see if they're creeping up into the box. Because of your success running the football, this might be time to take a shot down the field and play action.
This offense tries to get rolling from its own 15 on first down. Across the 25, he's got room. Works his way to the 41, and that is plenty to give him a first down.
We know this guy is in contention right now for the Heisman Trophy, and this late in the year, if you're going to bring that home, you've got to put up big stat games, right? Had over 100 rushing yards his last time out. He's doing it again today. He is turning it on late this season.
And the Rockets, after ripping off that huge run, let's see if they can do it again. Off play action on first down. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
This pass rush is serious, man. When you watch them on film, they do a nice job in the back end, taking away all the throws downfield. He's trying to get to his check down, but that pressure gets to him, and the hit forced the incomplete.
This time they stop him in the backfield, and that has been a rare sight in this game tonight. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. They've got to come up with a big play on this third and long. Back to pass, it's Rasmussen. Got a man, it's Lockhart. That'll get the job done and move the chains, and they'll mark the ball at the 45.
That's just a very easy, comfortable throw for the quarterback. He knows he has his big target, the tight end, running across the field on the drag. Nice play.
Sets up the screen. Finding an escape route. Chopping up this defense, and they've got it all the way down to the 23.
This is so interesting right now, watching this offense stay aggressive. They've got the lead in the fourth quarter, and you're thinking at home, we got to just run the ball and try to bleed the clock. They found something on defense they're taking advantage of. 2 straight completions. I won't be surprised if they throw it again.
Quick completion on the out.
I'll tell you, I love the play call on first down here. You're just trying to find an easy completion, and the shortest throw on the field for the quarterback is finding your biggest target, and that's the tight end. Nice job.
The Rockets in a good spot here with second and short. They'll keep it on the ground. The clock is on their side. He's got enough for the first down, and that ought to do it. They ought to be able to run out the clock from here. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw on first down. Rushes on him. Got some room under the goal line. Touchdown, Rockets. And they take it in for 6 more points. That's what finishing the deal looks like. Build the lead in the fourth quarter and close in on 11 straight victories.
And what can you say about this offense in this game? All season long, they've done enough to win week in, week out. Hasn't always been pretty. They haven't always brought their A-plus game to the park, but they won a shootout today. Both offenses trading blows back and forth, and they were able to come out on top. And the offense, to me, is the reason they're still undefeated today.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. A lot of work to do as this drive will start from the 16-yard line. Looking to throw, it's Hilton. And it's his 4th interception of the night. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back.
Well, man, we've seen explosive offensive firepower all game long, and here we are late in an obvious passing situation trying to get this thing close. The big INT, finally the defense makes a play, and David, it looks like they just closed the door on this one.
Well, and you know, Mr. Quarterback.
And it's a touchdown in the dying moments of the game.
There's no mercy rule in college football, man. They have got a huge lead here in the 4th quarter. They are still chucking it, and they are still scoring.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point was good. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
2 teams inside the Big 12 squaring off today, and it's now a final. Here's a quick recap. TCU escaped with the victory, and I say escaped. Look, in college football, teams will take any win, but I think those Horned Frog fans could have done without this one being so close. Just another week in the Big 12 where anything can happen on any given Saturday. As we send things back to you guys.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. They'll snap it from the 37 for the first play of this drive. He'll start this drive going to the air, looking to buy time. He'll pull it down and run. And how about the efficiency on that one? It'll bring up 2nd and 4.
And because of the success that this quarterback has had early in this game running the football, if I'm the coordinator calling plays, I'm dialing up his number more. Design runs, and also telling him on the sidelines, hey, listen, remember, if it's not open, take off. Just go get it yourself. They don't have an answer for you right now. This is a big key for us to win this game.
They get the timeout, and the clock reads 3 seconds. After this, it'll be a wrap. Dropping back, it's Hilton. Got out of trouble and throws. Can't make the catch. In fact, he just flat dropped it, and they just dropped the game. Plenty of fireworks in this one. A lot of points. They always talk about having the chalk last, and it seemed like whoever was on offense had the last laugh.
It's amazing how much offense has just boomed in college football.